Good day, mathletes! Welcome again for a new episode of Math Amazing Lecture. So, for this time, we will be discussing about implicit differentiation. And to start with, let's have first our objective of this lecture. At the end of this video lecture, you are expected to illustrate an implicit differentiation. Moving on, an implicit function is not explicitly defined. Consider the two problems that follows. We have y, or find the equation of the tangent line to the parabola y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2. And for the second item, find the equation of the tangent line in the circle x squared plus y squared is equal to 1 at point 6, 8. Now let's find the difference between these two problems. For number 1, in the first problem, the given equation is explicitly defined. The dependent variable y is expressed in terms of the independent variable of x. The equation is in the form of y is equal to f of x, where your f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2. To solve the problem, the first thing to do is to find the first derivative. So let's find the derivative of this. So take note, we are solving the equation of the tangent line to this parabola at point 3, negative 1. So let's find the derivative. That's y prime is equal to 2x minus 4. Now to find the slope, let's replace x by the abscissa of the given point of tangency. So the abscissa of the point of tangency is the 3. So let's have the slope, and we know that y prime is also our dy over dx, which is slope. Delta y over delta x, same. So we have 2x minus 4, and the slope dy over dx is equal to 2, and the abscissa here is 3. So let's replace that x. So we have 3 minus 4. So we have 2 times 3 is 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. So I could rewrite that dy over dx because by definition, that is also the slope. Now since our main task here is to find the equation of the tangent line. Now, to find the equation of the tangent line, we will be using the point-slope form since we have slope and a point given. So let's do it. We have y minus y sub 1 is equal to m, the slope, times x minus x sub 1. So let's do it. So here y, and our y sub 1 is negative 1, and our slope is 2 times your x minus your x sub 1, which is equal to 3. Now let's simplify that further. We have x plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 6. Then we have y is equal to 2x minus 6 less 1, or the equation of the tangent line to the parabola with the slope of 2 at point 3, negative 1 is equal to y is equal to 2x minus 7. So this will be the equation of the tangent line to the parabola y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2 at point 3, negative 1. Now let's compare the second example. In the second problem, the equation is not explicitly defined. So it is not explicitly defined in the form of f of x. The dependent variable y is not expressed in terms of the independent variable. Now, before solving the first derivative, write it first in the form of y is equal to f of x. So let's do it. So shall I erase this one for us to have a space? So from the second example, x squared plus y squared. Anyway, I am just giving the introduction about implicit differentiation and what implicit differentiation really is. So let's write this one in the form of y or f of x. So let's have y squared is equal to 100 minus x squared. Of course, we need to cancel that 2 by extracting square root both sides of the equation. So we have square root of 100 minus x squared. Now, finding the derivative, we could rewrite this one as y is equal to 100 minus x squared by using our laws of exponent raised to 1/2. And for solving the derivative, we know by using the chain rule, we need to bring that 1/2 down. Copy your 100 minus x squared. We need to subtract 1 from 1/2. So this would be equal to negative 1/2. Then times the derivative of this, which is negative 2x. Simplifying that further, we have, so here we have negative x over, shortcutin na natin, we have 100 minus x squared raised to 1/2. Or we have y prime is equal to negative x all over the square root of your 100 minus x squared. Now, for solving this slope, or to find this slope, replace your x by the abscissa of the point of tangency. The point of tangency here is 6. So let's do that. Our dy over dx, or our slope, is negative x all over the square root of 100 minus x squared. So we have your negative 6. I am replacing my x with this abscissa 6. Square root of 100 minus 6 squared. So we have 100 minus 36 here. So this will be 36. So that is 64. So we have negative 6 over square root of 64. Or your slope is negative 6 all over 8, which is negative 3/4. So simplifying that further, we have slope of 3/4. Now, in the same manner, we will be using our slope point form. We have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Y is equal to, our y1 is 8, is equal to, the slope is negative 3/4 x minus the x abscissa 6. So do you get that? So this will be equal to, let's cross multiply, that would be equal to 4y minus 32 is equal to, then let's distribute the 3, negative 3x plus 18. We're writing this one in the form of y is equal to mx plus b. We have negative 3/4 of x plus 25 all over 2. So that's how we find the equation of the tangent line to the circle x squared plus y squared is equal to 100 at 0.68. Now, there is another method in solving for the first derivative in the second problem. It is called the implicit differentiation. In this method, there is no need to write the equation in the form of y is equal to f of x here. Here are the steps. So there are 2 steps in doing implicit differentiation. First is differentiate both sides of the equation. Let's write that. Differentiate both sides of the equation with respect to x. So, getting its derivative with respect to x. Now, for the second step, isolate all dy over dx or your y prime to the left terms in the left. So let's remember these two steps in doing implicit differentiation. Now let's use the same problem. Let's take example number 2 and let's see whether we will be having the same, or we will be arriving at this final answer, negative 3x over 4 plus 25 halves. Sige, gawin natin. The given here is x squared plus y squared is equal to 100. And according to this step, differentiate both sides of the equation with respect to x. So let's get the derivative of x squared. That is 2x. How about the derivative of y squared with respect to x? So let's put your 2 down. Then copy your y, subtract 1, so 1 times the derivative of your y. What is the derivative of y? The derivative of y is y prime. Is equal to, since we need to get the derivative both sides, the derivative of 100 is 0. Now, for step number 2, isolate our dy over dx or your y prime. I prefer to use y prime kasi para hindi masyadong magulo kapag dy over dx. Also, although the same naman yung makukuha natin. So we have 2y y prime, 2y y prime is equal to, we have negative 2x. Now we need to solve y prime only. So we need to divide both sides by 2y. And we have now our derivative, negative 2 divided by 2, that's negative 1, right? So we have negative x over y. So the slope is equal to negative x over y. Now let's see whether we can have the same slope here, since this slope here is negative 3/4. Let's see if the same. What is your x? X is 6, that's negative 6. What is y? That's 8. So simplifying that further, we have negative 3/4. So parehas lang, di ba? Then proceed to the point slope form. Parehas pa rin makukuha natin na y is equal to negative 3/4 x plus 25 over 2. So that's how we apply implicit differentiation. Now let's have more examples in evaluating such equations using implicit differentiation. So just remember the two steps. We need to differentiate both sides of the equation with respect to x. And for number 2, we need to isolate our dy over dx, then simplify. Example number 1 for implicit differentiation. Let's take 4x squared plus y squared is equal to 16. So for step number 1, let's say that would be A. Step number 1, we need to get the derivative each term. Derivative of this 8x, I'm sorry. So this will be 8x plus 2y y prime. So let's use the chain rule or the power rule. Bring down your 2, copy the base y, then don't forget to get the derivative of your y. And the derivative of your y is y prime. Is equal to 16, which is, the derivative is 0. Then isolating your dy over dx or your y prime in the left side of the equation, we have this form. Then let's divide both sides by 2y. And here, we have now the derivative. Y prime is equal to negative 4x over y. So, ganun lang kasimple. How about for example number 2? Y minus x squared is equal to negative 7. So, what's the derivative of y? That's y prime. Derivative of your x squared, it's minus 2x is equal to 0. And we have y prime is equal to 2x. Just transpose that to the other side. So we have y prime is equal to 2x. Now for example number 3, x squared minus 2x plus y squared is equal to 24. So we have our 2x minus the derivative 2 plus the derivative 2y, y prime is equal to 0. Isolate natin. 2y, y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 2. Tinranspose lang natin yung dalawa. Then, divide both sides by 2y. 2y by 2y. So we have y prime is equal to, we have negative x over y plus 1 over y. Since they have the same denominator, we will just rewrite this one as negative x plus 1 over y. So that's the derivative. Okay, I think we need to put this one into a higher level. Let's take this example. Example number 4. X squared plus y squared, let's say minus 8x plus 2y is equal to 16. Let's say it's 16. Let's differentiate this one. Let's use implicit differentiation. The derivative of x squared is 2x plus the derivative of your y squared is 2y, y prime minus the derivative of this is 8 plus the derivative of this is 2y prime. The derivative of 2y is 2 times the derivative of your y is 2y prime. Is equal to the derivative of 16 is 0. So let's isolate these two. We have 2y, y prime plus 2y prime is equal to, we have negative 2x plus 8. Now let's factor that out, our y prime. So we have y prime times 2y plus 2 is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Now let's divide both sides by, yes, 2y plus 2, 2y plus 2. Cancel. So we have y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 8 over 2y plus 2. Now, we need to simplify this. So always simplify your answer if necessary. We have y prime is equal to, factor your 2. We have negative 2. We have x. Okay, your x minus 4 over your, so 2 na lang, tanggalin kayo ito, plus 4 and another 2 y plus 1. Cancel your 2. So the final answer would be x plus 4. Or is the negative now? Okay, there must be negative there. Negative x plus 4 over y plus 1. So that's a derivative. Okay, last example for implicit differentiation. This is a very important topic because we will be using implicit differentiation in solving problems about the rate of change. Okay? So let's have the fifth example. X squared minus 3y squared minus 10x minus 16y is equal to negative 89. So let's find the derivative each term. So we have 2x minus, yes, that is 6y, y prime, minus 10 minus 16 y prime is equal to 0. Now isolate the dy over dx or the y primes. So here we have negative 6y, y prime, minus 16y prime, and the rest should be transposed at the other side, negative 2x plus 10. Then let's let's factor this out by removing your y prime or putting your y prime outside the parenthesis. We have negative 6y minus 16 is equal to negative 2x plus 10. Divide both sides by negative 6y minus 16, negative 6y minus 16. So cancel that out. We have now y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 10 over negative 6y plus or minus 16. Let's do factoring again here. We have a common, which is 2. We have negative x plus 5 over, also here, what is the common between 6 and 16? Yes, it's also 2. We have negative 3y. Then we have 8. Or we could also have or put your negative there. So the consequence magiging minus 2 at magiging plus yan. Okay? Then cancel natin to. Then we have your final answer, x minus 5 over 3y plus 8. So ganun lang kasimple, or that's how we use or apply implicit differentiation in evaluating implicitly defined functions. So that would be all. I hope you've learned something, and of course, happy learning. Keep safe, everyone.